in 2011, I was murder attempt, stabbed 21 shot with 2 butcher knives.
Today we are with Christian Boudreau,
who is a survivor
and his story is truly inspirational.
Chris, please tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Chris. I'm 41 years old. I'm from Montreal, Canada. My first language is French, so sometimes I'm sorry if mon anglais n'est pas parfait. And yeah, like you said, I'm a survivor and survive in a lot of ways.
What do you do for a living, Chris?
I'm a life coach. What's a life coach? It's to help people sometimes when they're stuck with something or in their life or they're a little lost in certain kind of problem in their life. So sometimes they hire a private coach, like you have as a hockey coach. I'm a hockey player. I always had a coach when I was young, and so, but now I'm people's coach. So I help them develop themselves. I help them assume who they are. Help them. Sometimes it's like when they have a drug problem, alcohol problem, sex problem, anyway. But try to help them the best I can with the knowledge I have. And also, I'm a well-known psychic. I travel a lot around the world for both of job, but I give a lot of conference about self-power and also on life after death.
So Chris, how did you survive cancer?
When I was young, in the early 20s, I had the RV syndrome. RV syndrome is a branch of Hodgkin, and at first I gained a lot of weight and I was thinking it was only a little hormones problem, but it was the Hodgkin cancer. But in Hodgkin, when you just have it at first, it's really easy to heal. So I went through the hospitalization and all that, and I survived it.
Sorry to hear that. Yes. Moving on to my next question, which is related from that story. How do you stay positive, Chris?
Well, you know, I had a lot of bad stuff in my life, but I had a lot of good stuff also. And each morning I'm happy to be alive, just to suspend yourself on little things, you know, little happiness, or just to go walk with my dog, just to wake up and he's like, oh, hello, you're my sunshine, you're my life, and you're like, okay, that's cool.
It's a kind of a little blessing.
Yeah, you know, it's my whiskey is my zootherapy, you know, it's like my baby. And I think I had few choices. I can have the choice to crawl in the corner and stay there and cry all my life, and I would be allowed to do it. And yes, I did for a few months, I would say. But after that, I say, you know what? I need to stand up. I'm alive, and I have to do what I want with my life, because I'm not okay with dictators or people who's gonna say, oh, you won't live, oh, you're gonna see, you're gonna be sick, oh, you cannot do that, you cannot do that, you cannot do that. No, people, when they say you don't know who you are to judge that I can't do it. So I said, sorry for the words, but go yourself, okay? And I proved to people that, yes, sometimes I get bad times. Sometimes I'm at night and I'm like, oh, well, that's trouble and all that. But no, I usually try to stay positive because I'm blessed to be alive. And I try to manage my life to have at least one happy moment a day and to learn something new each day. And even if I go to bed one night and I'm like in bed, I said, did I learn something today? No? Okay, I have to take my phone or go to the internet and say, okay, how this is made. And now I said, okay, I learned something today.
That is quite inspirational already.
Chris, you told us that you had a fiance. Do you mind telling us a little bit about him?
I had a fiance 18 years ago, Vincenzo. I was with his sister before. I was with his sister for a year and a half. And I was not struggling with my identity, but I loved Maria Claudia. I loved her to death, and we still see each other today. And we have fun together. She's married, she got kids, and she's a lovely girl. But after a year and a half, I met Vincenzo at his birthday party, and I was like, oh my God, who's that guy? And he looked at me and he was like, you are my sister boyfriend? Are you sure? And I'm like, are you sure you're straight? And he's like, yeah, I am. And well, we met there and we became best friends, but best buddy. We play hockey together. But Vincenzo was 6'6". He was weighed around 295 pounds of muscle. He had his arms big like my thigh. It was like terrible. I call him Hulk. And he was Italian and Italian background, so it was difficult. He was not out. And we lived about 6 months before Maria Claudia caught us in action. So, yes, it was at first a little drama for her, but after that she said, well, you know, it's my brother and I'm sure you guys are happy together, so that's okay with me. And we laugh about it, but she was like, no, I can see that. Okay, put some clothes on. And after that, well, we were about a year and a half together, and he asked me to marry him. So I said, yeah, no problem, I will. But he said, you know, he was always saying, you know, I'm not ready to get out of the wardrobe, but I'm not in it. I'm a guy. I don't need to say who I am and who I sleep with, and I'm not shy to say that I'm gay, but today we can say he was more pansexual, but he was my man and I was his man, and he's like, yes, we were engaged and we had marvelous fun for 4 years. Kept in secret because he was like,
he was not comfortable.
He was not comfortable with getting out. I was saying he was my man and I was his. We had a wonderful time, but Vince had a little alcohol problem due to brain disorder. Sorry for people who thinks that it's a disorder, but he was suffering from the Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan syndrome is the fear of growing up. So each birthday, it was terrible for him to have white hair. It was a depression, and he was a little more alcoholic with that. And well, one day he committed suicide. He hanged himself. He wrote a note that
to you.
Yeah, he wrote a note to me, a big letter, 21 page. But a note on him, please don't bring me back. And I was under him, seeing him hanging by the road. At first I was shocked, but you know, today I'm happy for him because that's what he wanted. And I'm lucky that I had him for 4 years. I was the only relationship he had in his life. It was terrible at first, you know, to commit suicide. I tried that when I was young. So I know I have a lot of people around me that commit suicide. I see that with my work each day, each week. And I got great respect for that. I think, you know, when people say that split you apart, even that won't split us apart because we were best friends. And it's hard to have a relationship after that because all the relationship that I found is not friendship, it's only dating. But with what I had with him, it was my best buddy. We argue all the time, we were playing hockey all the time, we were having fight while driving. I was driving the Jeep and he said, that's my car. It's like, it was best time of my life. I had other boyfriend after that and it was really cool also. It's all different, but Vince is Vince. But now, it's the past.
This was the first half of two-part interview with Christian Boudreau.
It was an honor to sit with him and hear his story.
It inspires to remind you what's important in life.
And that someone always has it worse than you.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we will conclude more life-changing moments.
For Christian, us, and our viewers.